Capitalism is white supremacy. That is a fact, but so is Marxism. Even ignoring the fact that Karl Marx himself was a white supremacist, Marxism in its most fundamental structure posits for the entirety of humanity an essential destiny which was created entirely by European men. This in itself means that to take up this ideal is to surrender the very future of humanity as a whole to the best thinking of some European guys from over 100 years ago. In the practical sense, there is no version of absolute state control of resources here in America which does not eventually turn the weapons of the state against anyone who is not part of the European colonial system for the sake of maintaining those resources within itself. There are two ethnic groups whose pure existence has always been fundamentally antithetical to the European colonial enterprise known as the United States: Indigenous Americans and African Americans. The standard treatment of these two groups by the European colonial power structure, or what might be better known as the white supremacist power structure, is to pretend Indigenous Americans no longer exist while ensuring they remain divorced from any real political or economic discussions, and to pretend African Americans are treated fairly while always acting to undermine and control their position within society as the permanent underclass, in whatever form that may take. This inherently antagonistic relationship predates even the earliest forms of capitalism, and as such would not be impacted in the least by a Marxism-based societal restructure. Despite the best hopes of people like Fred Hampton and Du Bois, white supremacists will in fact be white supremacists and will always behave as such. Capitalism may depend on white supremacy to survive, but in no way is that true in the reverse. Marxism is actually an even better format for the purest form of white supremacy to manifest. In a society that is predominantly populated by European colonizers, it is absurd to think that any system in which the interests of the majority group are allowed to flourish without any legal checks and balances, that anyone who does not fit the bill should expect anything outside of either exile or extermination.